Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the Game of the Week. Tonight's matchup, the Highlanders of Rochester Adams taking on the Warriors of Southfield A&T. Adams wants to keep it close early, get back on defense, and produce some efficient scoring. Southfield A&T tonight wants to focus on offensive rebounding, running the offense, and they want to win the advantage in points off of turnovers. Some of your key performers to watch out for Adams, number 2, Michaela Smith. She's their big player down low, and she can light it up on the outside. Number 11, guard Amelia Dronick, right in the middle of the action. Southfield A&T making their home debut tonight. Look for number 12, Cheyenne McEvans, coming off a summer injury. She's getting it back on track. Center for the Warriors, number 24, Alexis Johnson. Very strong down low, but she can run the floor. Tonight's Game of the Week coming up next.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Here we are, set for the opening tip. The home of the Warriors, Southfield A&T Arena. Warriors control the tip. Bringing up point guard Kiana Willis. She finds Cheyenne McEvans. Rochester Adams packing it into a 2-3 zone. Triple try from the corner is good for Southfield A&T. First points on the board, number 4, Shauna Manning. Rochester Adams beats the press. Double team just past half court. A&T gets called for the reaching foul there. Head coach Michelle Marshall pacing the sidelines there for the Warriors. Quick substitution after that foul. Nice steal down low by their center, Alexis Johnson. Kiana Willis sends it left side to Delana Holloman, works it inside to Alexis Johnson, no good. Adams on the board, nice steal by Cheyenne McEvans. Coast to coast 2. McEvans just a sophomore. Another steal down low by Alexis Johnson. She sent it to McEvans, who lost her footing, goes out of bounds. Adams basketball. Warriors call off the press. Near steal for 22, Kayla Trammer. Drive down the middle, Alexis Johnson on the block. Brings it down. Three-pointer on the way, won't go for Delana Holloman. Johnson steals again. Pass a little too hot for McEvans to hang on to. Goes out of bounds, Adams basketball. Southfield A&T pushing the tempo early. Trapping half-court defense, broken by Adams. Number 10 for Rochester Adams is Maddie Dulenga. She's going to be handling the ball most of the time for the Highlanders. Took an extra step there, got the travel. Coach Michelle Marshall calls timeout. 30-second variety here early in the first quarter. Fans, you can now watch Cable 15 anywhere you have internet access. Just go to the City of Southfield's website. click on Cable 15 and hit the Cable 15 Live tab. Watch Cable 15 Live on your mobile device, your tablet, or your computer. It's all there, Cable 15, at the City of Southfield website. Both of these teams come into tonight's matchup 0-3 on the season. So somebody's going to come away with their first victory tonight. Southfield A&T has been dealing with some injury issues. Number 12, Cheyenne McEvans, broke her leg last summer. She's recovering. And number 11, Delana Holloman, dribbling right there, just recovering from a sprained knee. Short jumper by Alexis Johnson, no good. After the tie-up, it's Adams basketball. Substitution for the Warriors, number 5, John A. Cameron comes in. Near steal by Holloman. Rochester Adams recovers. Nice look down low. Jumper blocked. Cheyenne McEvans slowed her down. John A. Cameron picks up the block for the Warriors. Refs having a conference to work it out. Big player in the middle for Rochester Adams. Again this year, number 2, Michaela Smith. She's still looking to get on the board, as are the Highlanders. Alexis Johnson returns for the Warriors. Nice pass inside, off the glass, no good for Michaela Smith. Drive and score by Kiana Willis. Adams breaks the press. Three-point attempt on the way, no good for Dolenga. Cheyenne McEvans boards it, drives it, scores it. Southfield A&T has 5 players on the court who can push it up the court. Traveling violation called on Adams. Good straight up D by Delana Holloman. Indecision by Adams leads to a travel. Warriors enjoying a 9-zip lead here, coming up on midway through the first quarter. Alexis Johnson triple teamed. Gets it back. Cross court to Holloman. Thought about the 3. Hand off to Willis. Her pass doesn't find the mark, goes out of bounds. Rochester Adams basketball. Adams breaks the press again. Kind of a passive press by A&T. Just harassing him enough to slow him down. That three-pointer on the way goes for Maddie Dolenga. Rochester Adams breaks the ice. They're on the board. Only down 6. Holloman in the corner gets it to Alexis Johnson. Spinning jumper goes. Pass nearly intercepted. Jumper on the way for Rochester Adams is good. Number 11, Amelia Dronick. Holloman back to Willis. Cheyenne McEvans dribbles into a double team, kicks it out. Willis back to McEvans. Slices the lane. Finds Alexis Johnson. Her scoop no good, but she's fouled. Jump stop. Tried to kiss it off the glass, couldn't get the shot. She's shooting two. Alexis Johnson now a junior. Head coach for Rochester Adams, Shea Lewis. Giving an earful to the ref. Don't think she agreed with that last foul. Alexis Johnson hits both free throws. Southfield A&T up by 8. Dronic's shot no good. Adams boards it. Triple by Smith no good. Putback is good. Rochester Adams got 3 chances. Third time was a charm. Kiana Willis faked the three-pointer. Slid her step a little bit. Pass gets over the hand of Holloman. Another three-pointer on the way goes for Rochester Adams. They've cut it to a 3-point lead with 1:52 to go here in the first quarter. Hey fans, you can check us out on YouTube. Just look up our YouTube channel, Southfield Multimedia Services. You can watch episodes of all our great shows. Cable 15 News, Business Matters, The Author's Den, and of course the Game of the Week. They're all there on our YouTube channel, Southfield Multimedia Services. Both these programs have had a lot of success over the years in the OAA. Surprising to see them both coming into the game winless early on this 2017-2018 season. Both teams sitting at 0-3. Both teams playing with a sense of urgency. Again, Southfield A&T coming back from a couple of injuries to 2 of their key players. Alexis Johnson's shot won't go. Tipped out of bounds by Adams. A&T basketball. McEvans off the glass, won't go. Boarded by Lauren Petersmark. Maddie Delenga handling for the Highlanders. Gets it past the double team. Nice look down low. 2 points good for number 12, Lauren Petersmark. Good ball movement for Adams on that last half-court set. Delana Holloman from downtown can't get the bounce. Adams boards it. Just a 1-point game. Adams fighting back. Takes the lead. 2 points by their big scorer, number 2, Michaela Smith. And just like that, Rochester Adams has come all the way back to take a 1-point lead. Tough defense by Smith. McEvans pivots and the ball jumps out of bounds. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Pass tipped. Adams recovers. McEvans denies. Three-pointer at the buzzer, blocked by Cheyenne McEvans. And at the end of one, Rochester Adams comes all the way back to take the lead. Southfield A&T got out to the big 9-0 start with a lot of steals on defense. Rochester Adams hung around and started to get their shots to fall. A couple of threes were big for Rochester Adams. Big three for Southfield A&T coming up. Second quarter action coming right back.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Here we go for the second quarter, coming to you from Southfield A&T High School here in Southfield, Michigan. Big OAA matchup. Rochester Adams visiting the Warriors. And just like that, Southfield A&T starts off the quarter with a turnover, traveling violation. Warriors jumped out to a 9-0 lead, and Rochester Adams came back to take the lead before the quarter was over. Head coach Michelle Marshall puts the Warriors into a man-to-man defense. Adams makes their adjustment. Petersmark's drive, kicks it out. Back to Petersmark. Michaela Smith surveying the scene. Maddie Delinga now dribbling on top. Delinga's hit a couple of long jumpers. Thought about it there. Passed off. Michaela Smith for three. Rochester Adams feeling it. Push it out to a 4-point lead now. Kayana Willis for A&T. Cross-court pass intercepted by Amelia Dronick. Michaela Smith handles, drives, shoots it, scores it. Two more for Rochester Adams. Good-sized crowd here on a Tuesday night for tonight's varsity matchup. McEvans sends it to Shauna Manning, to Delana Holloman, back to McEvans. She's doubled. Finds Alexis Johnson, who drives right side. Shot off the glass won't go, but she is fouled. Very strong going to the hole for Alexis Johnson. Can't get the bounce on the first free throw. It's her first miss at the line. Johnson good on the second. Ends the drought for Southfield A&T. They'd been stuck on 13 for a while. Pass tip recovered by Michaela Smith. Little errant dribble picked up by Cheyenne McEvans. McEvans walks it up. Kayana Willis for three. That's long. Reported by Petersmark. Also in now, number 4 is Grace Van Pelt. Alexis Johnson going for the steal. Picks up a foul. Coach Coach Michelle Marshall urging her team on defense. Michaela Smith from long range won't go. Alexis Johnson boards it, drives it all the way, lengths of the court, shoots it up, shoots it in. Coast to coast, Alexis Johnson for 2. Five-second violation defended by Shauna Manning of the Warriors. Rochester Adams may not have realized she was in a count until it was too late. Delana Holloman's pass for Willis missed the mark, but McEvans was there to recover. Holloman sends it to Willis on the left side. Manning back to Holloman. Thought about the 3. Manning drives, kicks it out. Rochester Adams still in that 2-3 matchup zone. Delana Holloman drives, her shot no good. Alexis Johnson going for the board, tips it out of bounds. Adams basketball. A little past halfway through the second quarter. Rochester Adams hanging on by 3. Drive rejected by Alexis Johnson. Cheyenne McEvans drives it, finds Holloman on the left side for 2. Beautiful ball movement by the Warriors. They've cut it back to a 1-point lead. Rochester Adams wants to slow it down for 30 seconds. Hey fans, Cable 15 Sports covers all of your sports action in football, basketball, swimming, volleyball, baseball, and wrestling. And coming soon, watch for our new show, Follow the Season. This is a behind-the-scenes look at one of your favorite local teams. You'll get to know the players, the coaches, the workouts, the preparation, everything that goes into their success as they reach for glory. Watch it soon. Follow the Season right here on Cable 15 Sports. Rochester Adams had been in control for about 5 or 6 minutes until that last couple of sequences. Southfield A&T put it together. Tonight it's all starting with the defense for the Warriors. Some key steals and a couple of key block shots have led to a lot of fast break points for A&T so far. Warriors still in a man-to-man defense. It's been working so far here in the second quarter. Michaela Smith left side. Hands it to Peters Mark. She finds Dronick, left side. She drives, turns the ball over. Cheyenne McEvans tries for 3, no good. Shauna Manning able to come up with a rebound. Finds Alexis Johnson, short jumper no good. Boarded by Holloman, no good. Fight for the ball down low. Jump ball called, possession Rochester Adams. Great effort for the Warriors on the offensive glass, but come away with nothing to show for it. Peters Mark holding it for Adams, gets rid of it. Pass went down low to Gabrielle Mack for Rochester Adams. Lost the handle. Ended up double dribbling. Michaela Smith comes up with a steal. Drives it, stops, shoots, no good. Gets her own rebound, shoots it up again, no good. Mack comes up with a rebound for Adams. Maddie Dolenga sets the offense. Petersmarks drives, looking to pass it. Lost her balance, gets traveling call instead. A bit of a two-step there, trying to pass it back to the left side. Here comes Southfield A&T. Kayana Willis bringing it across half court. Delana Holloman finds Alexis Johnson. She pulls a three-point trigger, won't go. Maddie Dolenga gets through the double team. Three-point attempt off the corner of the glass. Ball pushed to Delana Holloman. She gets it up to Alexis Johnson, who kicks it off the glass and in for two. Great job coming up with the pass by Alexis Johnson. Able to turn and get it to go. Southfield A&T back in front by one. Adams working against that man-to-man defense. Michaela Smith's shot won't go. Working hard for the rebound. Shauna Manning comes away with it. Cheyenne McEvans slows it down for the Warriors. 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. She's covered by Michaela Smith. Not close enough to get a count going. Now she does. McEvans dribbles out of it. Smith bumps her, picks up the touch foul. There was some contact there as Cheyenne McEvans lost her footing. Head coach Shay Lewis pulls Smith so she doesn't get any more fouls here in the last 23 seconds. McEvans again out by midcourt. Drives, kicks it to the corner. Shauna Manning's three-pointer no good. Adams comes up with the ball. Southfield A&T at the buzzer. Good! Shauna Manning from Alexis Johnson. Full court pressure led to a steal for the Warriors. Referees are going to discuss if this one counts or not. Indication is yes, 2 points for the Warriors. Rochester Adams fighting hard throughout the quarter, but it was Southfield A&T making the comeback. Alexis Johnson, point machine for the Warriors. Great ball movement. And Shauna Manning scores it at the buzzer. Second half action coming up next.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? Gary, financial aid forms.
Biology homework, G.
Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
All right, here we go. Set for the beginning of the third quarter. Fantastic action in the first half. Southfield A&T has the ball to start the third quarter. Dribble drive for Alexis Johnson, no good. Cheyenne McEvans boards it, comes up and shoots it in. 2 points on the left side for Cheyenne McEvans. Her hard work rewarded with a basket. Delana Holloman with a steal back at the other end. First half was a seesaw battle. Southfield A&T went out to a big lead. Rochester Adams came back, took their own lead. And in the last couple of minutes, Southfield A&T got the lead back. Ball here. Jump shot up and in for number 11, Delana Holloman. And Southfield A&T with another steal off that press. Cheyenne McEvans' drive, no good. Boarded by Brianna McCarricker for Rochester Adams. Lost the handle. A&T basketball. Southfield A&T full court pressure has been effective in this game. Alexis Johnson working hard, gets her own board, gets her own basket. Southfield A&T pushing it today. Head coach Michelle Marshall up, encouraging her team. Joined this year on the bench by Southfield Lathrop all-time great Jerica Hughes. Led Southfield Lathrop to the state finals in 04 and a final victory in 05. She's back in Michigan and back on the bench with her old coach. Three-point attempt from straight away is good by Michaela Smith. Rochester Adams' first points of the second half. Alexis Johnson dribbles into coverage. Jump shot no good. Shauna Manning working hard, comes up with a steal off the rebound. Delana Holloman sends it to Kayana Willis. She's called for a travel before she can get that pass away. Tough call on Kayana Willis. Not sure her foot had come down before that call was made. Delana Holloman handling for A&T. Rochester Adams bottles up the inside with their 2-3 zone. Holloman from the corner, no good. Cheyenne McEvans boards it, puts it up and in. Southfield A&T working hard on the offensive glass here in the third quarter. Jump stop underneath by number 3, Nicole Clairhout. Got some Warriors up into the air, and they came down on top of her. Delana Holloman picks up the foul and gives Clairhout a hand up. Correction, no foul on that. She was called for traveling before the contact got there. Might have heard the footsteps. Nice running right-hander by number 12, Cheyenne McEvans. Blocked out of bounds by number 24, Alexis Johnson for the Warriors. Southfield A&T calls a 30-second timeout. Off to a great start, 10-point lead for the Warriors. Fans, you can follow Cable 15 Sports on Twitter to find out when the next game will be covered, the time the game will air, the scores, and the highlights. It's all there at hashtag Cable 15 Sports. Since you're already on Twitter, check out Cable 15 Sports' Instagram page to see photos of the game. Twitter and Instagram, 2 more great ways to follow your local teams on Cable 15 Sports. Southfield A&T pushes it out to a 10-point lead. 4:42 to go here in the third quarter. Adams able to get it in just in time. Tipped away, recovered by Adams. Mid-range jumper no good by Clairhout. Here comes Alexis Johnson. Dribbles down. Referee thought she took an extra step before the jump stop. Long three-point attempt off the glass, no good. Clairhout boards it, fights for it. Another scrum. Jump ball, injured player. Shaken up on the play was number 10, Maddie Dolinga. Hit the deck, and then in the process, Delana Holloman and her collided. Looks like she might have got one right in the chin, and her head may have hit the floor. We'll be right back after a timeout, ladies and gentlemen.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Welcome back to the action. Maddie Dolinga made it to the bench. She's being attended to by the trainer. Looked to be just shaken up on the play. We hope she's going to be okay. Back in the action. Michaela Smith's jumper, no good. Boarded by A&T. Long down court pass back to McEvans for 3. That was off the mark, out of bounds. Adams basketball. Michaela Smith gets the shot off. Despite a little shove in the back, she's able to get the shot down. Kiana Willis guarding her from the front, and from behind, number 10, Essence Pickett in the game for the Warriors. Michaela Smith at the line trying to complete a three-point play. Cannot get the bounce. McEvans on the board. Kiana Willis hands it to Manning. Her three-pointer no good. Delana Holloman boards it, gets it up, gets it in. Nice inside move by Holloman. Got her defender on her hip. And spun to the hoop. Holloman with a board, saves it, gets it back to Alexis Johnson. She'll push, she'll drive. Basket is good, but there was an extra step in there. She's called for the travel. Smith pushes it, nearly stolen by McEvans. Clairhout drives, found an opening, kicked it back to Michaela Smith. No good, ball's tipped. Kiana Willis comes up with it. She pushes it to McEvans. Her pass was tipped by Michaela Smith, and Alexis Johnson tries to corral it and just went off her fingertips. Out of bounds, Adams basketball. And good to see number 10, Maddie Dolinga, back in the game. Had to leave the game after hitting the deck earlier. Glad to see her recover. Lauren Peters mark back to Dolinga. Inside to Smith, thought about it. Kicked it back out. Smith definitely the scoring threat for Adams this evening. Can't get that three-pointer to go. Dolinga pulls the trigger on a short jumper. It's good. Warriors by 8. Minute and a half here to go in the third quarter. Holloman to Willis, left side, drives, kicks it out. Alexis Johnson pulls up for the jumper, no good, boarded by Adams. Stolen back by A&T, and Michaela Smith steals it back for Adams. Willis applying pressure. Dolinga, guarded by Shauna Manning, lost her footing. Gets called for a traveling violation. 8-point lead for the Warriors, just over a minute to go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in the Southfield community and you want to know how things get decided, every other Monday night at 7 p.m., the Southfield City Council meeting is broadcast right here on Cable 15, and it shows up right after your Monday Game of the Week. Find out how your government works, find out how the decisions are made with a Southfield City Council meeting broadcast right here on Cable 15. Southfield A&T came out strong to start the third quarter. They're still hanging on to an 8-point lead. Good look at the fans and the track here at Southfield A&T Stadium, the home of the Warriors. It's Warrior basketball. Delana Holloman sends it in to Kayana Willis. McEvan's left side. Back to Holloman. Adams still in that 2-3 zone. Pushing it out pretty far. Nice look inside. Nice shot and score by Delana Holloman. Beautiful feed from Alexis Johnson. Alexis Johnson drew the double team. That meant somebody was open, and she found her underneath. Southfield A&T still man-to-man. Kayla Smith, step back, looking for the three. Finds Dolinga with a shot at the buzzer, but it won't go. And after three, Southfield A&T with a tremendous quarter pushes it out to a 10-point lead. Michaela Smith still keeping Adams within striking distance, but great defense by the Warriors led to a lot of fast break points. Cheyenne McEvans smooth from the right or left side. Delana Holloman down low. We'll be right back.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Fourth quarter action on tap. Southfield A&T starts off with the ball and a lead. Up by 10 here to start the fourth quarter. Rochester Adams still packing in that zone. Cheyenne McEvans drives it. Can't get the layup, but Kiana Willis there for the board. Southfield A&T sets up again. Alexis Johnson down low. Her shot won't go. Cheyenne McEvans gets the board, shoots it up, no good, gets her own board. This time she's fouled. Shooting it up in a crowd. Able to come down with the board. Kayla Smith looking for a jump ball. Instead it's a foul, and McEvans shooting two. Southfield A&T has been very effective on the offensive glass. McEvan's good on the second. Rochester Adams playing with a sense of urgency. Miscommunication, throws it out of bounds. That's not going to help the plan. Maddie Delinga says, my fault. McEvan's on the left side, finds Alexis Johnson. Jump shot, good! What a matchup problem she is for opposing coaches. She can hit the outside jumper, and she has got a great first step to the basket. Kayana Willis guarding on the outside. Three-pointer no good. Cheyenne McEvans with the tall board. Delana Holloman to Alexis Johnson. Pass was a little casual, and Michaela Smith steals it. Short jumper for Adams, no good. Southfield A&T working it around the outside of this zone. Looking for an opening. Gets it to Johnson in the key, shoots it, no good. Kayana Willis with the board down among the trees. She's tied up, jump ball. Possession Rochester Adams. Nicole Clairhout back in for Adams along with Amelia Dronick. Maddie Delinga handling the ball most of the night for Rochester Adams. Finds Michaela Smith. Smith and Delinga have had success from three-point land. Drive. Amelia Dronick got past Alexis Johnson, drew the double team, drew the foul. Dronick will be at the line shooting two. Southfield A&T pushed it out to their biggest lead so far, 13 points. Big rebounding advantage for the Warriors. Dronick gets the bounce on the second. Cuts the lead to a dozen. Cheyenne McEvans handles. Delana Holloman to Alexis Johnson. Shoots off the glass, no good. Puts on a little one-man full-court press. Long three-pointer attempt by Smith, no good. Shauna Manning ends up with the rebound for the Warriors. Cheyenne McEvans dribbles through the double team. Draws a foul. Southfield A&T now spreading it out. Want to burn a little bit of that clock off. Running the old weave at the top of the key. Now in is number 2, Sierra Mack for Southfield A&T. Pass is stolen. A couple of players hit the deck, tripping on that loose basketball. Offensive foul called on Michaela Smith. Defense by Cheyenne McEvans. Cheyenne McEvans taking one for the team. She'll bring it up for the Warriors. Drives it, scoops it, no good. Gets her own rebound. Jump ball called. Possession Warriors. Still up by 12. 3:38 to go here in the game. Alexis Johnson gets it down low, gets the shot off, no. Boarded by Michaela Smith for Rochester Adams, and Johnson picks up the frustration foul. Almost a steal. Anytime you reach like that, referees have a hard time not blowing the whistle. Delinga with it on the right side. Gets it to Smith. Her jumper is no good. Boarded by Shauna Manning. McEvans brings it across midcourt for the Warriors. Drives it all the way to the hole. Gets the shot off. Won't go, but she's fouled. Just a little bit of contact, and Michaela Smith gets the call. McEvans good. It's a 13-point lead for the Warriors. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw was no good. Shauna Manning pulled down the rebound, but lost it out of bounds. Maddie Delinga pushing it up for Rochester Adams. She finds Dronick. She finds Michaela Smith. She's guarded by Cheyenne McEvans. Lost the handle. Pressure defense by A&T starting to have some effect here on Adams down the stretch. Pass comes into Holloman. She finds Willis. She finds Alexis Johnson. Can't get it to go off the glass. Rochester Adams pushing it up left side. Long three-point attempt is good. Number 3, Nicole Clairhout. Correction, that was number 12, Lauren Petersmark with the triple. Cuts it to 10. Awkward drive down the lane, gets the shot off. And that's enough. Cheyenne McEvans gets the foul called, no doubt about it. She got bumped. Just over 2 minutes to go. Southfield A&T up by 10. McEvans makes the first. Head coach for Adams, Shea Lewis. Looking for some instant offense. No good on the second. Scramble for the ball. Jump ball. Possession Adams at this point. Petersmark sends it in to Delenga. Southfield A&T playing man-to-man defense. Alexis Johnson picked off. Michaela Smith gets it down low, gets the shot up and in, and she's fouled. Just what Coach Lewis was looking for. Score some points and stop the clock. Larissa McCoy in for Rochester Adams now with 1:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Sierra Mack returns for Southfield A&T. Smith off the mark. Sierra Mack gets the board. She's bumped, draws a quick foul. Neither team in the bonus yet. A&T basketball. Stolen by Adams. Nice steal by Dronick. She finds Peters' mark. Wide open on the left side. She's fouled by Shauna Manning at the line, shooting 2 for Adams. 9-point lead for Southfield A&T. Adams trying to chip away. Kiana Willis back in for Sierra Mack. Peters mark good on the second. It's down to an 8-point lead. 1:38 to go here in the game. Delana Holloman still recovering from a sprained knee. Hasn't hurt her handles at all. Beautiful crossover move, draws a foul. That puts A&T in the bonus. Holloman at the line. Maddie Delenga checks back in, 90 seconds to go. Front end is good for Holloman. Chance to extend it back out to a 10-point lead for Southfield A&T. No good. 9-point is the margin. Rochester Adams, no doubt, looking for threes. Comes the first attempt. It's good. Lauren Peters' mark cuts it to 6. Nice handles by Cheyenne McEvans. She's fouled as soon as she gets across half court. Another one-on-one opportunity for the Warriors. Six-point lead. Things are getting interesting. No good on the front end of a one-on-one. Michaela Smith will pull the trigger and connect. Rochester Adams cuts it to 3. We're just under a minute to go here in the game. Back-to-back three-pointers have made this very interesting here at Southfield A&T. Fans, you can now watch Cable 15 anywhere you have internet access. Just go to the City of Southfield's website, click on Cable 15, and hit the Cable 15 Live tab. Watch Cable 15 Live on your mobile device, your tablet, or your computer. Cable 15 Live anywhere in the world. Things have gotten very lively here at Southfield A&T Warrior Arena. The Lady Warriors had stretched it out to double-digit leads here in the second half. And just like that, Rochester Adams has found their three-point targets. They've cut it to a three-point game with 55 seconds to go. Southfield A&T basketball. Rochester Adams now putting on the full court press. A&T able to get it into Alexis Johnson, and she is fouled. Could come down to a battle of the free throws here down the stretch. See if Alexis Johnson can recover from hard foul and hitting the deck. Adams bringing in some fresh defenders. Number 4, Grace Van Pelt. Alexis Johnson, 1-and-1, makes the first. Johnson gets them both. Southfield A&T by 5. Can Adams stay hot behind the arc? Kayla Smith with it. She made the last three-pointer. She pulls it way out. Clock running. Drives right side off the glass. No good. Boarded by Alexis Johnson. She's fouled again. Great position by the Warrior center. Johnson 2 for 2, her last trip to the stripe. Makes the first. Alexis Johnson with ice in her veins hits the last 4 free throws. Puts her Warriors squad back up by 7. We're just under a half a minute to go. Fans, you can follow Cable 15 Sports on Twitter to find out when the next game will be covered, the time the games will air, the scores, and the highlights. It's all there on Twitter at hashtag Cable 15 Sports. Since you're already on Twitter, check out Cable 15 Sports' Instagram page to see photos of the game. Twitter and Instagram, 2 more great ways to find the game of the week. "27 seconds to go. Southfield A&T making crucial free throws here in the last minute. They enjoy a 7-point lead. Adams basketball coming out of this timeout. Southfield A&T going full court. Keanu Willis just trying to slow down the Highlanders a little bit. Clock is running, and the ball is stolen by Shauna Manning. She drives it and scores it for the Warriors. Clutch steal by number 4, Shauna Manning. Tipped the pass, came up with it. Drives it all the way to the hole. fouls called on the floor before that last shot. A&T now in the double bonus, so Manning shooting 2. Off the mark. It's out of bounds Adams basketball, but they're down to only 9 seconds to go here in the game. Get the ball in. They need instant offense. But A&T's defense slowing it down. Another block shot by number 24, Alexis Johnson. Adams gets it in. Last shot is no good. Wouldn't have made a difference. Southfield A&T comes up with a victory, their first of the season, tonight here against Rochester Adams. 46-39 your final score. Your top performers tonight: Michaela Smith for Rochester Adams, leading them with 17 points. Cheyenne McEvans scored 13 for Southfield A&T. Delana Holloman, Shauna Manning, and Kayana Willis also coming up big for the Warriors. Is there any doubt your player of the game, number 24 for the Warriors, Alexis Johnson? Huge on the board, huge at the basket. Working hard, scored 17 points. She pulled down 5 rebounds. Strong on the drive. Also looking for her teammates, picked up 3 assists. She had 4 steals on the nights also. Alexis Johnson came up with 4 blocks, including a huge one right at the end. Alexis Johnson, your player of the game tonight. Warriors versus Highlanders. Warriors come out on top, led by Alexis Johnson. Southfield A&T got contributions across the board. Ran up a couple of good double-digit leads, but Rochester Adams kept fighting back. A lot of great girls basketball action here tonight from Southfield A&T in Southfield, Michigan. Michaela Smith kept the Highlanders in it. Scrappy play by number 10, Maddie Delenga for Rochester Adams also. But in the end, too much A&T. This was your Game of the Week. For Cable 15, I'm Matt Hervella. We'll see you next time with the Game of the Week.